LPT, when you apply for a job, don't send your CV as docs or similar, export it to PDF. Also, carefully review for grammar and spelling/capitalization errors. With many interviewers, small details such as this can make a large difference in how they consider your aptitude for a position. This, and not just for a resume. An invoice came across my desk today with numerous spelling and grammatical errors. If they can't even take the time to spell check an invoice that they are sending to their customer, it doesn't give us much faith in their ability to do the job they are paid to do correctly. That kind of seems like a failing in logic though. Who completes the invoice? Does the person filling the invoices have an impact on the people doing the job? It may indicate some failings at the clerical level, but your faith should be built on their reputation, history, credentials and other verifiable ways. I'm pretty sure the contractors my work hires isn't phased for a second if they can't spell that well. We are paying them to paint and do minor repairs, not judging their English abilities. I also consider it more professional to receive a PDF. Same with intercompany communications. I'll never send an Excel sheet or Word doc unless I actively want the vendor or customer to take ownership of the document. Just don't send your auditor a PDF, please. Fuck no. I send them JPGs. Now that's just mean. If it doesn't specify file format, always go with PDF. Otherwise, use their specified file formats. Clap. You mean you don't send your CV in norm format link com/2116/r/relevant. I just had a friend's wife send me her resume. It opened in Word and all of the errors were just highlighted there right for me. One of my requirements when posting job openings is they must send their info in a PDF. Big bold letters and everything. Anyone that applied with anything else didn't warrant a follow-up, as being able to follow simple instructions or the minimal technical knowledge/skill to save a file as a PDF showed a poor fit. As an applier, I realized after sending out 20 to 30 resumes as Word docs early in my career that the default settings on my Mac were different from PC. The perfectly formatted resume I made looked like garbage, lines all screwed up, a second page with a single line. Just hideous. Important life lesson that I thankfully learned early on. Having a Redditor be your boss or look at your resume would be the worst. The tip only applies when you catch a Redditor. This is doubly true when dealing with recruiters. They will try to get you to rewrite your resume. They will try to edit themselves before sending it to the client. Do not let them do this. They are incompetent buffoons who barely speak English. Your resume will look like the worst formatted "I just learned English" nonsense you can imagine. You will not get the job. Send them a PDF. Maybe just don't give it to any recruiters without verifying that they're professionals first. I don't give it to anyone. Part of contracting is putting your resume out there and then getting replies. They already have my resume before I ever hear from them. Yeah, that's different. A good recruiter will likely want to edit your resume, but usually to remove stuff, not add stuff. And if they're rewriting anything, I'd hope they'd clear it with the candidate. But not all of them are great at their jobs. Unfortunately, a lot of it is just outsourced to foreign countries to the lowest bidder. So your recruiter is often a terrible advocate. I don't know if this is the case in other industries. Please, don't do this. If you are posting your resume on a job board though, the tools that they have for companies to view resumes work fine with doc files and are utter shit with PDFs. Honestly, if you are formatting your resume correctly, a docs file will view fine on any system. This is a common thing that I see a lot, but I don't think it's true. I've had my PDF resume pass just fine every time. That said, if you're posting to a job board that has trouble, use any format that will work. But for sending it to someone directly, send a PDF. Anything that doesn't need be too altered, send it as a PDF. Tailors hate him. This is especially true if you're working with a recruiting firm. They love to edit resumes without permission. Then a PDF won't stop them either. Who in the fuck sends a Word doc resume? I don't care if it's Word, PDF, or a text file. Just stop sending me a Google Doc that requires me to sign into Google. Can I upvote this twice? And name it your name _CV _date. PDF or some derivation. Don't make the our person have to hunt through 100 CV PDF just to find yours. LPT. Use latex to typeset your resume. Damn right. It brought out a graphic designer in me. I spent way too long figuring out if I wanted something 2mm to the right or 2mm to the left. 100% this. I reformat dozens of resumes a week for my job and I can't tell you how many times resumes get all jumbled when they are pulled by different programs or software or whatever is used to view them. I'm not a programmer, so I can't speak accurately about that, but I can 100% tell you that ops advice is valid and something you should do. Always put in PDF. Alt, add keywords and white text to the bottom of the PDF. Mayo at every other comment being contradictory. Related pro tip, if a recruiter asks for your resume in a non-PDF format, they are definitely planning on scraping your contact information off it and editing the hell out of it. B. They are too lazy to put it through OCR and not especially concerned about bothering you / scaring you off. They are scraping your contact info because they would be out of business if the client could just take your resume and hire you directly. Also, OCR or unfinger document screws up all of the formatting and often the spelling. They're trying to avoid having to edit the hell out of it by having you supply it in a format that they can use. If they already have a contract with the company, they don't need to hide your identity. The threat of getting their ass sued is the real protection against that. They do it anyway just because, but they don't need to. Mostly, they are either going to still use your resume in their promo materials / for padding out pockets for years after you are done and gone, or they are going to hack it up to apply to every bloody thing that you might even vaguely qualify for. Also, it seems like the higher title position you are up for, the less they care and the more likely they are to, politely verging on submissively, ask you to shape your documents to a position, rather than just hacking it up themselves. As I mentioned in another post down thread, I started to get wise to this stuff when my then boss asked me what my actual qualifications were because he was used to getting really random people from the agency that his hours used. He showed me what he had gotten from them, and it was like half my cover letter and half someone else's. It worked out fine, because we were both generally capable flexible people, but sysadmin equals support lead. I've also had the hilarious instance of seeing my old resume come across a friend's desk years after I had left the state. Apparently, they didn't have enough actual people, so they just padded out the submission out with random underqualified old resumes they had laying around. He recognized one of the jobs on it and called me. It was good for some laughs and them waiving their fee on that hire after getting called on it. Apparently. Man, that is some shaddiness. I've never dealt with a recruiter who pulled anything like that. Not to mention you don't want them to delve into what edits you've made to your resume. Yes, PDF FTW. It also demonstrates you're cognizant of why it's a good idea, and you're capable of doing it. When I was a manager, problems with resume docs made me irritated with you and your bad file decisions. PDFs all the way. In my defense, patience is thin when you are looking through 80 to 200 applications. PDFs are also more easy to look at from mobile. This is especially important if using a headhunter. I've had them try and modify my resume to add skills and whatnot. Even with PDF, you have to embed the fonts if you want to guarantee it will come out the same on other computers. So true. I used Docs to make my CV, opened it in Word and the formatting was completed messed up, and all the effort it put into a concise one-page CV was wasted. Exported as PDF and bam, problem solved. Maybe if you're emailing a hiring manager directly. If you're applying through a portal where they're going to apply your resume to an application, then it's often easier to digest a docs than it is to do OCR on a PDF. Most of the systems digest PDFs adequately, but you can potentially save a lot of time by having a resume that's easily readable by the screener. OCR isn't necessary on converted PDFs, only on scanned ones. Removed. How do you do this? It just prevents any screw up. A good, clear PDF scan of your resume is how it should go out. Why? Seems like an extra, unnecessary step that can cause more problems with the computer software that many use to read resumes first. I'd be more concerned with the program not being able to process a PDF and immediately disqualifying the resume than somehow your Word doc gets formatted incorrectly, which seems highly unlikely seeing as anyone in a hiring position would have Word on their PC. On many different occasions I've seen spontaneous changes in spacing and tabs and the like by using different versions of millisecond Word on a resume. It can also be edited intentionally or unintentionally. Everyone has PDF and this avoids all of that hassle. Send a PDF and a word processing version. The company I work for does all our recruiting through manual logging on Excel, while the higher-ups argue about what system to buy. Having to pull contact details from a PDF adds seconds to my logging routine, even more if your PDF hyperlinks your email. Also, save your CV as your name. Ideally just that, but at the very least put your name in. Finally, put your contact details in your CV and put them at the top. What if I don't make my CV in Word? Mine exists either in website form or PDF form. It's probably field specific, but I think Word-based resumes are uncommon in my area. As employer who does their own hiring, points off if you send anything but a PDF. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.